Okay, we should be recording. That way, those who don't jump on, don't make it, or if y'all want to review it, you will have it. And I am so excited about this. Um, I feel like the biggest, most important thing when it comes to our team is that the women who want to and are here can make a little extra cash. Like, that's what most people really need. And yeah, there's the connection relationship side, there's the outlet, there's the challenge, all those things. But at the end of the day, if it's bringing in a little bit of cash, that's huge. And to me, that's what God has pressed on my heart is, am I helping and equipping our team to have that, to do that? And this number of $40 a day just keeps coming back to me as I go before the Lord and go, how do I be a good leader for these girls? How do I help my team? I just want to empower you guys. That has kept coming back up. And so I want to just talk through some stuff, and then I'm going to show you some pictures that I have a little packet put together that I'm going to send to you guys afterward. And so if you want to jot some things down, there might be some good reminders, just nuggets of just like quotes that I took from someone else that I want to share. And then at the end, if you guys need to jump right off, you can jump off. And if you want to stay on with any more questions or any other dialogue, I'll be on as long as y'all need me. So the vision that we are heading towards and the mission really that we're accomplishing is that our tribe gets to help everyday women feel great in their own skin, which gives us purpose. It gives us fulfillment as we provide for our families. That's the thing. That's it. Our tribe, help everyday women feel great in their own skin. That gives us purpose. It gives us fulfillment as we provide for our families. All the three pieces go together. It doesn't have to be serving for free. And it doesn't have to be a mad rush to try to sell and make people feel good. No, we can be purposeful and fulfilled as we serve and provide for our families. That's the magic combo that we're looking for and that I want for our team. And so that's what we're going to work on. And I really, truly believe from the core of my being that if you want to be here and you desire more with your business, and I know for some of you, the money may not be this like dire, I have to have that. It doesn't need to be that way, but it's more about, okay, how can I just move this thing forward? And $600 a month would be a very game-changing kind of number that would either allow you to give in a massive way or to save for something really special. I know there's properties that some of y'all have looked at. I know there's job changes and pay cuts and things that there's a gap there, or there's an opportunity there. And so that's what we're going to work on. And I truly believe, because I live it every day, that it really is so simple. And I want to tell you guys, when I start in my early days of my business, yes, I sold a lot of product, but it was like a hustle all the time, always working all the time. And 2 years ago, when I made the shift, I do not do that anymore. And most of my current results in my business are from the past 2 years. So it's not to say that there's nothing from before that, but my mind and my heart were a little different, and it's just different. And so I just want to tell you guys that I'm walking in, and I'm going to teach you guys from the last 2 years and what results have come in the last 2 years. I'm not, coasting off of 10 years of stuff. I'm not. So I just want to make sure that comes out clearly, that, Jess isn't sitting here, oh, you can do this. Well, you've got 11 years of, no, this is like, we're 2 years in. So even if it took 2 years, but you had $600 a month, $600 a month, $600 from very small things, less than an hour a day, would that be worth it to just have that ongoing, stable, extra income, or more, because it does grow. So here we are. Now, I do want to tell you that even though it's about the money and we're having a business to make money, from now on, it's not about the money anymore. So we're going to set that aside. We're laying that aside. Okay, yes, we are going to sell. You are going to profit. That's a given. That's like foundational level. Okay, we're going to put it aside now. And from this point on, we're not talking about money anymore. We're trusting that the money will take care of itself from the rest of the stuff we're going to do. Okay? So the first commitment that I have, that I want you guys to promise me, if I can find it. Where is it? Okay, I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Here we go. Commitment number 1. I promise not to be distracted by sales. Will you all just say that with me? Commitment 1. I promise not to be distracted by sales. So I say that because we're doing 90 days to $40. So it's not supposed to happen tomorrow. And it's not even really supposed to happen in 30 days. You'll probably have some of those days, but when we're talking about, an ongoing train of results, we're talking about giving you 90 days to get there. And not to say, oh, I can promise you everything will be 100% in 90 days, but y'all, 90 days is amazing and powerful. I just passed 90 days of working out, fully accomplishing, like really, truly doing it after the baby, and literally turned a corner in this last week or two where I'm like, oh, I can finish the workouts. I can at least finish them. They're not pretty, but I don't want to die at 40 minutes anymore. I can get to that hour where I go to my class. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 90 days. So there is some magic to the 90-day thing. And one of my coaches, I posted this in our group, so you may recognize it, but one of our coaches posted this, and I loved this quote. It's a good little gut check. Here we go. Here's our quote. You can't say it didn't work if you weren't consistent. So I implore you all to stick with me for 3 months, October, November, December. If you even get halfway to where you want to be, you're going to have a really good Christmas. It's going to help out. Maybe no credit card Christmas, or no pulling from savings Christmas, or whatever. So you can't say it didn't work if you weren't consistent. Let's really jump in and have some fun with this. But that's why I don't want you to get distracted by the money. Don't worry about the day in, day out, day in, day out. It's always going to ebb and flow. It's business. I looked back at my orders from the last few months, and, 1 month it was 28 orders. 1 month it was 50 orders. It really ebbs and flows, but it's the consistency that's going to build results. So here we go, 90 days. And I do want to tell you that if you complete the 90 days, if you just stick with it, walk through, you will get a fun package of my favorite things. So I'm putting together some little goodies of just little treats and stuff that I enjoy that I want to share with you guys. So if you just come for the journey and do the 90 days and see what happens, that's awesome. You don't have to sign up with this intensity and you can just be here and be walking forward. And then when you're done, you get your stuff, some goodies from me. So that's kind of the overview. And so now I want to share with you guys a couple things. I told you from now on, it's not about the money. From now on, here's the focus: solving women's problems. Our focus for these 90 days is solving women's problems. That's it. That's what we're going to be doing. And so I just want to give you guys a minute to jot down, literally right now in your phone or on your piece of paper, what are some of the problems that women deal with in your life? Or what are problems that you have dealt with do deal with or you used to deal with before. So just make a little brainstorm list, and then I'll have you guys throw a few out for everybody. Just jot a few down. I'll give you 1 minute on the clock. Ready, set, go. Wow, 1 minute felt really long. It's like it still hasn't changed. Okay. So what are some of the things that you guys came up with? Shout out a couple that you wrote down.
I put down dry skin, uneven skin tone, all of which lead to low confidence and unhappiness in their skin.
Yes. Yep. What else?
We like to take care of everybody else except for ourselves.
Yes, ma'am. I'm feeling that one this week.
Sounds really good. I put down time and complexion, because I've seen that a lot of my customers deal with complexion issues, and they're troubled about it. They worry about their skin, and time management, having time in the morning to put their face on. So that was a big one for me. Time.
Totally. Any other ones that haven't been mentioned?
I put oily skin, breakouts, and wrinkles.
Yep.
Not knowing how to change with weather changes is a big one I've run in the past too.
Yes.
I'm not understanding like the need for having something different as weather changes.
Yes. I put problems are aging non-gracefully. Because like we're aging, but can we do it gracefully? I put not understanding makeup. Maybe what they wear breaks them out, or they don't know what colors, or it comes off. Those were a few besides what y'all mentioned. Lacking confidence being a big one. Like, I'm shocked, and it's sad. It makes me sad, honestly, how many women will be like, I hate my skin. And I'm like, no, that is not okay. We should not be living that way. But I was that way too before all this. And that really hits on our vision. Yeah, we're developing 1,000 raving fans, but what that really is 1,000 confident women. And it doesn't mean that you can't be confident if you have a zit or if you don't have makeup. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Women who feel confident that they're taking care of their face in addition to their bodies. Like, we don't want to just, limit it, but our job is that they feel confident about their faces. They know what to wear, what not to wear, all of that. That is what we are doing. That is what we're creating. And so that's your job, especially during these 90 days, if you want to limit it down, is to solve problems for women. And so you will get paid in accordance to the problems you solve. That's business. And so rather than thinking in any way, shape, or form, how can I sell something today? Think, how can I solve a problem for someone? Even if you're just putting it out there for the world, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know who needs the problem solved. Or maybe the thought of how do I solve a problem for someone today causes you to reach out to some people privately. So it doesn't have to look a certain way, but that thought should drive this 90-day thing is how can I solve problems for people? So you may think about your own that have been solved or that you are currently thankful for being fixed, or you may think about things that women say, things that women mention, and that is the driving force. So that's number one, is you get paid in accordance with the problems you solve for women. And so the second thing is your income will be a direct proportion to the number of people you serve and how well you serve them. Your income will be in direct proportion to the number of people you serve and how well you serve them. And that's really where we're going to dig in tonight, is that gives you space for wide customers and deep customers. And so when we're talking about $40 a day, $40 is a reachable number for any order. And so that's where I like that number, $40. But sometimes women are going to spend 80 or 100, and that 3 times a week, that covers you to an average of $40 a month. So I don't want you to get stuck on, well, it has to be someone every day, but it's more that you're seeking to solve a problem. And by problem, don't feel like it has to be huge, but it's just, what are the issues that women have? Even like I did a video this week on lip liner, because people don't know if they should use it or not, or maybe their lipstick's bleeding, so we're just kind of sharing things that can be supportive to women. Okay. And so the second commitment, or let me back up. It gives you a chance to serve women wide, which is a lot of people, and small bits here and there can add up. But it also gives you a chance to serve people deeply, where one customer starts with 2 products and then she orders 2 more, and then she orders 2 more. And next thing you know, she's using the whole entire line. And that comes as we serve women well. So your income will be in proportion to the number that you serve, as well as how well you serve them, and taking time to really broaden the way that you serve. And so, turn my page here. So if you have less than 50 people in your circle, they don't all have to be like 100% raving fans, but if you don't have 50 women who you would say you have contact connection with, then that would be the first thing you want to do, is just is expand your circle of your influence. Where do you have influence in regard to your business? And I don't know how you hear what that number sounds like to you. I hope it doesn't sound completely insane. If it does, please don't stress. This isn't 50 women that you've even had a facial with. We're just talking about growing to where there's 50 women who appreciate what you do, who are connected to you, maybe like in a Facebook group or on an email list, or they're just engaged with you. Can we say that? 50 women that are somewhat engaged. And that may be something that you get to over the next 3 months, over 90 days. That's like engaging with less than 1 a day. That's not too bad. If you had 0, if you engaged with actually like 1 every other day and just had a new kind of like, then that would do it. And I'm telling you guys, it's surprising how quick you can have that new connection when you solve problems and when you focus on trying to help with what you do. People feel that. They can feel that, and they do engage. Actually, I just got a customer today who is diehard R and F. She is a consultant for them, very bold, very out there, and she wants to buy eyeshadow from me from my post. I was like, I can't believe she messaged me. And so, that wasn't my goal, but she saw the post and she liked the eyeshadows, and I suddenly have a new connection, a new warm relationship from putting out pretty pictures and saying, which one do you like? So I just want to encourage you guys, but I also want to be honest. Getting to where you consistently have about $40 a day on average, you need about 50 people to pull from. And again, they don't all have to be these huge, massive clients, because you never know when the person, number 50, who isn't yet like all in or fully committed, she sees your post about intense moisturizing cream and her face is dying, and boom, suddenly she's your $40, you know? So my encouragement to you guys is not to get stuck in like numbers and how is this going to play out and what is this going to look like. I really don't want you to tally sales for like the entire 90 days. Now, keep your tax stuff up to date. So I'm not telling you to like slack, but do not like catch yourself like, how much did I get this week? How much did I get this week? Try to kind of throw your hands loose with it and just kind of have fun over these 90 days and work at stuff. And at the end, we'll look back and we'll see, okay, what's built? Where are you at? How many people are in your circle with your voice? How many do you have influence with now? And how are the orders coming along? That kind of thing, okay? So here's the second commitment that I want us to make together. If I can find it. Share screen. Here we go. Commitment number 2. I promise to focus on solving problems. I will find a way to serve women during this challenge. I promise to focus on solving problems. I will find a way to serve women during this challenge. It doesn't have to be a certain way. We're going to talk about that in just a second. It doesn't have to be a certain way. It's just finding a way to serve women, at least for 90 days. Try it out. Come with me for 90 days. Let's give it a go. And have some fun with that. So here's the thing. In order to do $40 a day, to get that to be a routine, to where you're bringing in that $500 or $600 a month, there's a lot of ways to do that. Having a group of, at least 50 people who are responsive and kind of engaged in what you're doing helps. I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, it's going to require you to have a way of serving people. So obviously social media is one. Having a group where you are going in and you're being real and being a person, I highly recommend. If you are like, I can't do that. No, won't. I know at least one person, 2 people in our challenge are not on Facebook. And that's okay. Facebook is not the way to be successful. It's just a tool. But there does have to be a way that you provide serving women. And here's why I really think this is important. You have a way of getting information to them, whether it's an email once a week, whether it's a private, completely shut, like quiet YouTube channel where nobody can find you. You just have a place to make videos, to practice, to delete them until you're okay with them. And then you just text a link to your customers once a month or once a week. Please don't think you have to be a YouTube star or a diva or fancy pants. No, but they have to see you and hear from you, or they're not going to come to you as their resource if you're not providing resources. You don't have to make up your own content. You don't have to, please hear that it can look a lot of different things. It can be a Gmail email where you just type out a couple tips and put your smiling face with your kids, So please don't feel like, it has to be a certain way, but if you don't already have a big booming group of at least 50 people, that's something that let me go back. Whether you have that or not, we need to be serving these women. And I like the way of using a group of some sort, Facebook, email, a very private YouTube channel with just a couple little videos you can share that are simple, because then you're not bothering anyone. You're not texting weekly, hey, product, here's a new product, here's another product. What do you want to do? Like, that feels a lot more invasive to me to be texting people all the time, but to say, hey, here's my tip of the week email, or in a Facebook group where people choose if they want to go in and look at stuff or not, is such a safe and non-invasive way to serve. So I really don't care what way you guys pick, but if you really do want to grow that, then spending a few minutes to provide resources and service for women is going to be crucial. It doesn't have to be 7 days a week, because that stuff lives for a long time. So if somebody gets the email today, somebody gets the email tomorrow, somebody gets the email the next day, somebody goes into Facebook today, somebody sees it tomorrow. So, you know, there's a living, like your work lives on and it serves later. And so, so you don't have to do it every day, but they need to be getting resources from you in some way. And you don't even have to say that you came up with it. You can, like, I'll share, you've probably seen me share Lori Hogg stuff. I'm like, hey, here's a great video by this lady, you know, and then, but it's showing that I care. It's just showing that I want to help. So that is crucial, is that there's some way, shape, or form that you serve women. And you can do this through sessions too, by the way. You can do individual and virtual or in-person sessions. That's a fantastic way. I mean, to do session with a girl or two and not sell $40 at some point throughout that experience, that's hard to do. So I don't want to like separate that out. I want to make sure that y'all have the easy stuff in place too. You know, connecting with people to serve them is huge, but this, the resources of doing an email or doing a group or something, that's amazing. It really does. It's kind of like the nurturing. It nurtures before and after. So the third thing, the final thing that I want to encourage you guys is to just get passionate. Not passionate about your goals, passionate about helping women. Just get into your own life and think about, how does it feel to be resourced now? How does it feel to have found some products you love? What would it be like if you were the person out there staring at all the walls of products going, I don't really know which one's going to work, and I really don't want to waste my money. What am I going to do? Like, be proud and excited that you get to help women. And I'm here to tell you guys that I spent some time with the Lord on this a couple years ago, because I'm like, I am not innately passionate about makeup. I'm not. I do not care that much about makeup. It does not get me out of bed in the morning to learn new makeup tips. And I'm like, what? Can I do this? I don't care that much about makeup. How can I do this? And God's like, that's okay, Jess. You don't have to be passionate about lipstick. But what do you care about? And for me, it's feeling good in my skin as an everyday girl. I'm not a diva. I never will be. And I'm so grateful to feel more confident with this face than I was 10 years ago. And that's special. I don't hate my skin, as so many women do. And that is something to get excited about. And so I just want to encourage you guys on this journey. We're going to, be consistent. We're going to reach out and serve and resource people, but we're releasing the money and we're just going to have fun finding ways to use our voices to serve. And that's the third commitment that I just want us to make as we do this journey. It is this commitment number 3. I will remember that it's not about me. It's always about the women I can serve. And if y'all are here tonight and the text message or the post just kind of stirred something in you, you had that feeling of, man, that would be cool. I would love to do $40 a day over the, get to that in this next 90 days. This sounds like something I want to be a part of. That's God stirring in you, first of all, hope for a better future. But it's also because he knows what the journey will do in your lives. He knows that there's going to be some hard moments and some discouragements and some fears. We are busy people. We have so much. So many of you guys are moms or wives or working or school, all of it, all the things. We don't have time for this. None of us do. We could stop this right now and completely fill our lives up for the rest of time. But for some reason, he stirred that within you. And it's probably because of the women who are on the other side of the receiving end of you taking these steps. The women who really do hate their skin and they just need somebody to empower them, somebody to be a friend, or who have that feeling when they get ready in the morning for church. Crap, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to look good. And they would love to just feel a little more confident, or maybe they just need a friend who they can trust, and God's going to unite you guys through your business. I don't know, probably all of it, but it's really not about us. These challenges and things, they give us a focus, they give us a timeline, they create results for our families, which is huge. But truly, it's the joy of what we get to do and the people we get to impact and what we're going to learn along the way. And I'm so excited about this journey. And, for me, what I had to tell God 2 years ago, I'm like, okay, I will serve women with no strings attached. I'll honor the women in front of you for who they are. I don't know what's going to happen, but if you want me to do it, I will do it. And you show me. I literally was like, you have to make it work, God, because I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if this thing works. I don't think women even want to do this anymore. That is where I was. But he asked me to step in, and he asked me to go for it. And I told him I would. And man, the stories and the blessing and the change that has happened relationally, it's been an amazing journey. Not all easy, but amazing. And that's what I want for you guys, for how God wants to do that in you and what this is meant to look like. There is something within you that needs to come out, and there are women who need you to be a friend, to serve, and you'll have done it just because you were in the challenge. You said you would. So there's a lot on my heart and a lot of things that I just want to pour belief over you guys and encouragement over you guys. I feel very, very burdened that this is a powerful experience for us together. I was like nervous today about this call because I just feel like it's so important. You guys, your futures, and the impact. This is an important thing. But that doesn't have to be scary. That can just be fun, exciting. But that's the goal for this 90 days, is simply showing up to serve, to solve problems. And as you do that faithfully, letting that truly build. But also acknowledging that, if there's 20 women in your circle, just doing follow-up and saying that's your daily win every day might not do it. So I want to tie in the reality of, hey, you need to expand your circle, but there are ways to do it in a healthy way, and little by little by little. So any questions, comments, things before I kind of explain just very briefly what to do from here? Okay. I see shaking heads. Okay. All right. So I'm going to send you guys all the little packet just so you have the quotes and the commitments and the things. But at the end of the day, what we're doing, let me find it. Okay. Let me share my screen here with y'all so you can see my last couple pictures here. So serving the people you have will take you far. Add passion and watch it blossom. So continue thinking, how can you add passion in? And maybe you already have it. Maybe you can have a little bit more. Maybe it can go a little deeper. So serving the people you have is huge. Do not discount those couple people. They may be the lead to the next people. Right now, all my bookings are coming from my circle that I've already nurtured. And that's an amazing thing and a wonderful feeling. So nurturing what you have, but then if you don't have at least 50 in your circle, you do need to add some more. Start with the warm people who are outside the Mary Kay circle, but inside your friend circle, where you have some relationship and some trust built. And maybe they would just test some stuff out for you. Maybe they would want to do a session together. Maybe they would just love a free facial pack. Maybe they would want to just join your group. So I don't know, but that's just, I just want to be upfront and honest. So this week, what to work on. Step one, if you don't have a way of serving women with resources, just decide on one. And if you need to talk to me, like, oh, Jess, I don't know. Let's talk. Let's just talk one-on-one, and we can hash through what are your holdups, what are your hangups, what do you feel not sure about. If you already have something in place, go take a look at it and just ask yourself, can I do anything different or better to be more effective? I want to remind you guys to be super personal. They need to feel like they're knowing you and your kids, if you have them, and they know a little bit about your life, your other passions. I'm trying to incorporate in more stuff that shows other things that I enjoy or things that I'm doing with my family, or my own struggles, barefaced, this, that, the other. So just make sure that it shows you as a person, not just Mary Kay products. That makes sense. You may find that that's all you talk about for a week or two. That's all you can think of, and that's fine. But just coming in and building that rapport, if it's in an email, just reintroducing yourself. If it's, 2-minute YouTube video that's private, you can just text a link to people, but it doesn't have to be a group that's ongoing. I don't want anyone to feel pressed into I don't want you to feel pressed into a certain way. There's 100 ways to do this. But there needs to be a way to serve. So get it in place, start serving. And then, as y'all know, we've been doing this for a long, long time. There's a lot of ways that you can be serving people daily. You can touch base with clients. And don't forget, like if somebody's had products for a month or 6 weeks, you probably want to circle back and check in with them. So if you don't have a huge base, like I'm finding that I'm trying to check in once and then go in and check in again and again, and even making sure she really understands if she's getting results. How does she know she's getting results? How long has she been using it? Is she using it faithfully? Just really, really digging in to make sure we're serving well. You can post value in your group, and don't be afraid of your personal social media page. Just today, I was practicing what I preach, and I went in and posted the 4 fall pictures, and it was light, it was breezy, but it brought a ton of connection. That one order from the RNF girl, several other people who are not customers who I'm just going to send these to. They're just 4 eyeshadows in a little pack. I can send it with stamp, just to surprise them and be like, hey, I thought you might want to play with those colors. So you can do so many little things that just helps people know that it's a part of your life. Not the most important thing. You're not trying to prove anything. It's just a part of your life. You can send samples or a gift. You can ask people to do a session. Emily caught this, and I haven't even had time to respond to her message yet, but Mary Kay is doing a really cool promotion for parties this month. Y'all, they're drawing 100 people a week from our seminar who have sessions with three women to give gift cards to. And then they're drawing for 250 designer handbags at the end of October. So this is an amazing time to be like, hey friend, there's this cool contest. If you win, I win. If I win, you win. Do you want to have some fun on Facebook? And you can set up some things, and it's always good to have somebody else to blame. Hey, they're challenging me, so you want to do this? And it's just a neat way, a neat lead in to be direct with someone. And I just did that yesterday with a few friends. I'm like, girl, I'm having a blast doing this. It's been neat to connect with people, and I just thought it might be fun to partner up. Would you be up for just doing a virtual session with me on Facebook with a few friends? And they're like, yeah, that sounds fun. It's easy. So you can do sessions, you can invite people to your group, or you can utilize our quarterly events that we're doing on Facebook. I know pretty much most of y'all have been in those, seen them. They're really, really working. They're effective for deepening that relationship and connecting with your customers. So what we're going to do for starting out is back to that week 1. Make sure you have a way to serve people, get it set up, start serving, just a way that you resource women, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever feels like the right thing for you. And then daily wins. Nothing magical, just daily wins. So this sheet is in the packet. I also have posted it and emailed it and done lots of things with it, but I love this sheet because it gives you a chance to pick a couple wins that you want to just do each day. And seriously, you can spend so small amounts of time, but it's just having the sheet and just filling it out. So you can put for the first week, this is my win for each day, and then you just check it off. And it feels good. It keeps you accountable, and it does build. So I just want to invite you guys to come along this road for 90 days. We're serving, picking a couple wins. You don't have to have 5 a day like the sheet shows. There's room for 5, but I don't even have 5. Although I do have a couple of sheets for different categories, and like y'all, and then my personal business. But you guys just need one sheet and pick a couple and just rock those. But be real with yourself. What do you really probably need to do? Serving with content and like resources? Yes. What else? And then I would love to talk with y'all, each of y'all this week. Just let me know if there's a good time we can hop on the phone and you can just hash through what you're thinking as we get started, or Voxer, if life is crazy. Again, I'm here for you. God has led me to y'all. So I want to support you, but not put you in any box. So try, if we can talk this week in some way, shape, or form. I want to hear what's on your heart, what you're thinking about, what your next step is going to be. And then we're not going to do this every week because that's a lot. Y'all have busy lives, but we'll probably try to jump on once a month to rehash, maybe like the beginning of November, beginning of December. And then we'll use our Facebook group. I don't want to inundate y'all with Facebook, but we're all there. And then you're not getting 100 text messages or Voxer messages. It just all gets messy. So we'll try to keep things in that group. And I want y'all to feel free to share victories, questions, challenges, fears, and it's going to be a journey. So don't be distracted by the dollars. It doesn't matter today. It doesn't matter this week. It doesn't matter next week or next month. We're taking 90 days to work on this, to put it in place. This week is your head and getting really clear on how you want to serve. And then we're going to build onto that. Does that sound good? Anything I can clarify, or anyone like, oh my gosh, this is awful? Amy, your face like, what? Okay, well, I will let y'all go. And I really appreciate you being on, and I hope that you'll be here 90 days from now feeling more confident and having a whole lot of fun that you've had serving people and solving problems. So let's do it.